I remember, and you're not stiff at all, so everybody out there don't believe the hype, but I remember getting slapped really hard, and then I remember getting my knee clipped, and then I remember wrestling hurt for the rest of the match. But, you know, accidents happen.
Yeah, accidents.
Yes. That's okay, though, because I figure I wrestle better when I'm hurt anyway. I don't know why. It just makes me work harder, I suppose.
Wounded animal.
I kind of consider all my other hour draw stuff. I did, you know, all my long matches and hour draws with Hero.
Dude, I'm not the movie.
Sorry. I did an hour draw with Cabana in Wisconsin. I might have done a couple others, but to me they were like I drew off all those experiences and I used them all in this match, and it was all pretty much like practice to tell the story that I wanted to tell within an hour, and you know, I got to do it with Joe. So I just remember it going like really, really well. You know, like I said, we had a clean slate. We had the benefit of knowing that we were going an hour, and we just had to do the right things at the right times. And we didn't blow any of our big moves. We didn't waste anything.
Yeah, that was.
So that, to me, like a lot of people will say, that's, you know, the worst match of the series. But, you know, got the series off to a hell of a start. Mm-hmm. You know, we didn't burn through pretty much any of our moveset. You know, everything made sense. And we didn't hit like all our big stuff till like the last 10 minutes, you know. So
if that, I don't think we even hit it at all.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a big thing too. Is that I really wanted to avoid is that, you know, there's nothing I hate more than the kind of like, it's just such a token like, hey, here's these two dudes out there. They're gonna go out there and wrestle, and then it's gonna be this big epic match. But of course, every big epic match, everybody kicks out everybody's finisher 3 or 4 times, and I can't say that I haven't done it in my career, but I mean, it's not something I really enjoy watching or doing, because I mean, it kind of, you lose a little bit of the suspense. I mean,
yeah, we knew we were doing a rematch. We just didn't know when.
Yeah,
you know,
and we thought it was going to be way
right.
down
So
the
it was always like, you know, and it's kind of going off on a tangent, but what a lot of guys that are starting off today, or maybe have been in the business for 2-3 years, don't understand is, if you're working somebody for the first time, like the first time you've ever wrestled, you don't do everything you can do, because there's always going to be rematches, and then there's going to be a rematch from that rematch, you know. So you never tried, especially if, you know, you're not in the main event, even though we were that night. Actually, no, we weren't.
No, we weren't. There was a match after us.
Yeah, so there is something to be said for saving something for the, you know, the next match. I mean, everybody would just like to go out there and, you know, go 100 miles an hour and do everything in the book, and, you know, they're like the 4th match on the show. You're not saving anything for the main event. But I think we did just a really, really good job of telling the story we wanted to tell. I mean, I look like $1 million because, you know, Joe didn't beat me. You know, it looked many times.
I was around like 500,000, but I think it still looked good.
In the meantime, you know, Joe looked beatable for like one of the first times. You know, he didn't hit like his finisher on me. I hit the plunge and I fell out of the ring. So it was like kind of left doubt in the fans' mind whether, you know, I could beat Joe or whether he could put me away. So I think it was booked brilliantly. You know, everybody in the match like came out looking like $1 million, and even Homicide, who just recently turned heel, runs out and like ruins the big, you know, celebratory moment. We just have this epic match, and Homicide comes out, and fans just shit all over him.
That is like the first time, like, because D is such an awesome wrestler, and when, you know, when Side comes out there and he does his stuff, I mean, it's hard for fans to boo him because he's that good.
Yeah.
And I mean, I remember like Homicide. We were, you know, after the whole deal was over, I mean, that was the first time, I think, in Ring of Honor where he got legitimate, like, hateful heel heat because of his actions in the ring, you know. And normally, you know, with a guy like Homicide, like, he was busting his ass to be a heel. He was doing everything heelish he could possibly do, but he's so good and he's so entertaining to watch in the ring that, you know, fans would look at him and they're like, you know, how can I boo this guy? And I mean, after that, you know, when he came out, we accomplished a lot of goals. I think that was a major thing that we all talked about after the match. Was the goal was to kind of set up future challengers for another big match in the future for, you know, ROH that the fans would be interested in seeing. The hour draw just to have something you know, it was something unheard of in wrestling today, especially unless it's like an Iron Man and stuff like that.
Plus, my whole point was the NWA title belt seemed to virtually revolve around these hour matches.
Yeah.
You know, I've listened to Harley tell me countless stories, and you know, building up the Ring of Honor belt, it only made sense to, you know, add some hour draws, you know,
Yeah.
in there, because like it was like the legacy of the NWA title, and we're just kind of trying to put that shine on the Ring of Honor belt.
Mm-hmm. And D, because I forgot what C was. Jesus Christ.
I don't think Jesus is calling this. Hello? Hi, I'm doing an interview. Oh, you should be.
Yeah, she should be.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
yeah, well, okay, that's cool. And she just wants to know something. Yeah. You know, people paid money to...
Oh, somebody wants to book us.
Somebody wants to book us.
Woo-hoo! Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Just give them my number or whatever.
Fuck, give mine out. You're not my agent.
And then I'll negotiate Joe's money. And, you know, he needs a food allowance.
Yes. It's a fat joke.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Bye.
so unimaginative.
I'm an idiot now, she
Yeah.
says.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to turn this off now, too.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
Shit, I better turn mine off too.
Yeah, that's right.
Um,
I'm going to put it on buzz because I still want to know who's calling me.
yeah, okay. There we go. Where was? Oh yeah, D, because I forgot what C was kind of, and I will give Gabe a little booking credit for this. Was, you know, Homicide coming out the end and kind of establishing his whole heel persona, which eventually led to the Raw Wilders and you know the big dick that he is to the fans today.
Yep, and props to the Dayton fans because, you know, it seems like they come out to have
Yeah,
a good time,
Dayton
cheer the
showed up.
faces, boo the heels. It's just everything. The scene was perfectly
Come
set.
out to have
you
a
know?
good time and have fun. And
I think a
watch
lot of the
wrestling.
fans were shocked that the match was that good. You know, they were probably expecting a good match, but something that good and, you know, that...
Because we had one previous, but I mean, I remember your knee was a shambles.
my knee was
and my
messed
arm,
up. Your elbow was messed up. And
I
it was
dislocated
like,
my elbow, and like we both like kind of walked up and looked at each other. Just
plus,
like,
it was
oh.
non-title. I mean, if I
Yeah.
beat you, who cares? But yeah, I mean, you know, Homicide got Monster over as a heel, and that started pretty much, you know,
That kind of set up
everything that
everything.
led to where
yeah.
Ring of Honor is right now. You know, I was better off for the match. Joe was better off for the match. Homicide was too. You know,
And so was the company, so we
Yeah.
felt good about it.
Woohoo! Is there anything you would have done different in the match now looking back on it?
Yeah, he wouldn't have messed up that flare bomb.
I wouldn't have messed up the flare bomb. Maybe tree trunks for legs over here. Didn't have to kick my fucking knee and hyperextend it. That wasn't any
That was-
good. That's
yeah.
the one thing I would change about the match.
Yeah, because that actually led to him being hurt for quite a long time.
Um,
and it sucked.